Hi boys and girls, I'm back and it's science time. We've been talking about the farm this week, and today during science we're going to talk about things that are living and things that are non-living on a farm. There's lots of things on a farm, and we're going to talk about those in a few minutes. We're going to look at some pictures and decide if they are living or non-living. And then we are going to arrange them on a piece of paper. So on a farm, there's lots of equipment and things to do. I am going to read you this book. It's called The Big Red Barn. It's written by Margaret Wise Brown. Now, you probably know some of Margaret Wise Brown's very famous books. Her most famous book is Goodnight Moon, which I love. But my favorite Margaret Wise Brown book is The Runaway Bunny. Do you know that story? Maybe you heard it in preschool. So this story is called The Big Red Barn by Margaret Wise Brown. This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book, and I'm going to go right in and start reading. The Big Red Barn by Margaret Wise Brown. Pictures by Felicia Bond. By the big red barn in the great green field, there was a pink pig who was learning to squeal. Do you see him? There he is, a little pink pig learning to squeal. There was a great big horse and a very little horse. Do you see the great big horse? Do you see the very little horse? Oh, very cute. Do you remember what a baby horse is called? It's called a foal. And on every barn is a weather vane, of course, a golden flying horse. Now, a weather vane is something that spins around and points to the direction that the wind is coming from. There was a big pile of hay and a little pile of hay, and that is where the children play. But in this story, the children are away. Only the animals are here today. So this is something important. We're going to talk about hay. Now, hay is something that that animals eat. And I'm going to ask you, this hay, it's been picked. It's in a big pile. Is it living or non-living? It's no longer growing. So you're right, it's non-living. How about the horse and the foal and the pig? Are they living or non-living? They're living. Good. They're animals that are running around. The sheep and the donkey, the geese and the goats were making funny noises down in their throats, and an old scarecrow was leaning on his hoe. And a field mouse was born. Let's see if we can find where the field mouse is born. Where are you, little field mouse? I can't see him. And a field mouse was born. Oh, there he is, in a field of corn. Can you see the field mouse? Born in the field of corn? I see a butterfly. Where's that field mouse? There's the field mouse. Born in a field of corn. Cool. Cock-a-doodle-doo! In the barn, there was a rooster and a pigeon too. And a big white hen standing on one leg, and under the hen was a quiet egg. Can you see that? There was a bantam rooster and a little bantam hen with a big clutch of eggs. Count them, there are 10. There's the rooster and the hen. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Moo! Moo! There was a big brown cow and a little brown cow. Do you remember how in Hattie and the Fox, the cow went moo, and scared away the fox. I love that. There was an old black cat, meow, meow, and a tiger tomcat, meow, meow. There was a big red dog, bow wow, with some little puppies, all round and warm. Do you see the cat walking with the puppies? Look over here. Then you can see the puppy walking with the kittens. That's funny. And they all lived together in the big red barn, and they played all day in the grass and the hay. When the sun went down in the great green field, the big cow lowed, the little pigs squealed, the horses stomped in the sweet warm hay, and the little donkey gave one last bray. The hens were sleeping on their nests, even the roosters took a rest. The little black bats flew away out of the barn at the end of the day. Can you see the bats flying out of the barn? Bats are very helpful. They go out and they eat harmful insects at night like mosquitoes. And there they were all night long, sound asleep in the big red barn. What a great book. Only the mice were left to play, rustling and squeaking in the hay, while the moon sailed high. The mice are awake, though. They're nocturnal. That means they're up all night. In the dark night sky, there's the moon over the scarecrow. What a great book, The Big Red Barn by Margaret Wise Brown. Okay, so your activity, and I'm not going to help you too much on this. I think you can do this without my help. Living and non-living things on the farm. So on this side, you're going to glue things that are living, and on this side, you're going to glue things that are non-living. So here are your choices. I'm not even going to glue up one example, but what I am going to do is go through it with you. A hat. Is a hat living? A silo. That's where farmers store grain. Is a silo alive? A cat. Is a cat alive? Yes. A fence? Alive? Gardening tools. Living or non-living? Turkey. Living or non-living? Goose. Stool. Tractor. That looks like a goat and a farmer. A cow. A barn. Corn growing. Now that's tricky. Growing corn, is that living or not living? If it's in the ground planted, is it alive? Is it living or non-living? Think about that. A hen and a horse and a bucket. So your job is to cut up these pictures and decide if they're living or non-living. If they're living, you glue them on this side. If they're non-living, you glue them on this side. I also put a video on, and it's the song Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and the reason I put that on, you probably know it, but tomorrow I want to read you an Old MacDonald book. So this is the end of our lesson for today. I hope it wasn't too much work. If it is, you don't need to finish it all. Most of all, what I want you to be is happy and healthy. And I want to think of you that way. I want to think of you as smiling and having fun. Miss Wald loves you and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.